sustain a longer life. This is how nomad people move from one place to another. We don't have a bike or car, anything, but we don't have any problem because from the yak or animals we put everything, tent and all these things, we move from one place to another. Easy to mobile, very easy to mobile. We can move anywhere very easily. We don't need much about cash and all these things. And another thing is adaptation. In Tibet we have sometimes very hot, sometimes very cold. We have about 1 building high snowfall, something happened, but all the animals and all the peoples are very, hard working. They are easy to adapt the environment so they can scale generation to generation. Now, Tibetan nomads are facing problem. Though before Tibetan nomads like this were green and all peaceful and all this, now slowly turning into concrete house. They are resettled from the nomad area to another. What threat we are facing is, though since 1950s they are imposing lots of policies year to year, but in 2003 they imposed nomadic resettlement in 2003. That's still going on inside the Tibet. The way the People's Republic of China look onto the Tibetan nomads, they say is a Tibetan rangeland or grassland degrading very rapidly. Though all over the world, the grassland or whatever it is degrading, but they are blaming only for the nomads. Because of nomads grazing, Tibetan areas degrading very rapid speed, and nomad way of life is unproductive and unscientific. Their way of life is very orthodox, something like this they blame it. And they also saying that Tibetan peoples are remain poverty, very poor and all these things. Because of that, they imposed the resettlement of Tibetan nomads. Though resettlement is taking place since 2000 in Qinghai province, so-called Qinghai province in the Ando region, but very officially they announced in 2003, but they implemented the policy in 2004, November 2004. The pilot resettlement they started for 8 different counties. One is in my place, Yushu, and another is in Golok. In that region, 8 first pilot resettlement is imposed. And while they imposed the policy, they are motivated by saying that if you participate in the resettlement policy, you will get like this, you will assist these things, but they never say what you have to give up. So people may think that, oh, if I take part in this policy, I will get these things much better, something like this. They are saying like, if you participate in this resettlement policy, you will get new house. Every year you will get 6,000, or some place is saying 6,000, some place saying 8,000 Chinese yuan every year, and you will get access to the modern facilities, schools, hospitals, all these things, but they never say what you're going to give up. So people might think that, oh, if I participate in these things, I will get house or nomad both together, I will get some subsidies or so, all these things. While they come on the ground table, then they says, if you participate in the nomad resettlement, you have to give up your grassland. You have to, either you have to reduce your animals very less, or either you have to give up, sell all these yaks and animal, all these things. Then people may shock, but they can't refuse because already they're on the tables. If they refuse, then what will happen? So they unwillingly they have to participate in these things. But many governments says they are participating voluntarily because they are motivating by lots of promise, but they never say what you're going to do or what you will give up on all these things. And resettlement Tibetan nomads is they have three parts. One is either near the grassland, which is main road, or either near the country town area, either from another district. there's 3 different resettlement policies imposing. Right now, more than 2 million Tibetan nomads are already resettled in the concrete house. So, reason for the resettlement, Chinese officials in the newspaper, television, they are saying that they are going to protect the grassland. They are going to elevate the poverty of Tibetan nomads, because they are saying that grassland, protection of grassland, they are measure on the quality of vegetation. Those where the nomad area grass is grow like this much, if there's no nomads, grass grow this high, then this is OC. If nomad is there, the grass level is low, something like this. And poverty is imposed, they say, on the only for the cash income. Actually, in nomad area, there's not much cash income because everything is available in the nomad itself. You have butter, you have cheese, everything is homemade, so they don't need money. If they're mobile from one place to another place, they can go on yards or anything. But they only looking onto the cash income, so this is, nomad is very poverty. Officially, they are saying that this true, but some Chinese, on the other hand, some Chinese senior officials, they are also saying like this. Vice Minister of Agriculture says that end of this century, all nomad life will be end, something like this, or Tibet autonomous regions party secretary also saying that the nomad resettlement is to counteract the Dalai Lama influence, or these things is having nomad right, they are quoted like this. And some says that relocation or rehousing policy is very important policies, because that if people stay in the one place, all Tibetan people stay in one place, they will feel like, oh, we are Tibetan, Tibetan identity, Tibetan, or the spirit will remain there. But if they are resettled in the town, then they will mix up with the Chinese people, the ideology, way of dress, then slowly, those identities will lose. That's they're saying that very important policies in the Chinese. And also, Hu Jintao also saying that if there's a resolving the Tibetan problem, development inside Tibet is very important. The development there refers to resettle all the Tibetan nomads into the towns and all these things. And some other researchers, they are saying that the reason why the Chinese government resettled the Tibetan nomads is Chinese people, China itself is suffer from history to history under the nomad empire. From the Kublai Khan to all these things, all the nomad empire, they have suffered so much. Because of that, they have a lot of, fear for the nomads, the emerge of nomads' power. That's what some saying, that's why they have resettled all the Tibetan nomads. And others saying that in China, Tibet is source of river. And China got lots of flood from the Yellow rivers and all these things. For that reason, they have to put lots of dams and all these things. Because of that, they resettled Tibetan nomads. And some are saying that it's economic strategies, because to clear the grassland, for that empty grassland, Tibet land is the source of resources and minerals, because we never explore all these minerals, is still fresh and all. So for that, to extract the minerals, if you clear the grassland, so nobody will, they can easily mine all these things. If nomad is there, they will always against the mining or all these things, they will protest and all these things. If they all clear to the town, they will problem themselves in the life of them. They can't see in the grassland, so they easily mine all these resources. And another thing is, Tibetan nomads is they don't much involved in the cash process. If they put into the town, then they become a customer, because they also need all cash and they have to buy everything. So because of China is doing the urbanization in the Tibet, for that they need a lot of customers or the extraction of minerals and all this in the economic strategy. And political strategy is in Tibetan nomads are scattered all over the mountains from 4,000 to 4,500 meters above sea level. They scatter everywhere. it's very difficult for them to control where Tibetan peoples are living, because they are moving one place to another, so they can't control the. So many people are protesting in the nomad area. They write poems, they teach Tibetan language, they show movies and all these things. So it's very difficult to control. So that's why if they resettle in one place with numbers, they know that, oh, this area, there's 200 families are there. Each family, this number is there, this is there. So they're very easy to monitor, control and all these things. Another thing is, Tibetan peoples in nomad area, they have so much spirit of Tibetanness. When they move to the town and city and all these things, then slowly they will mix with other language, or they marry with other Chinese peoples and all these things. So Tibetan identity will be slowly eat up. So I told you before, this nomad resettlement is 3 types. One is resettlement near the grassland. What they never put out of the grassland, but near the grassland where the main road is. So for that, in my place, I came to know that 3 places they are resettled near the grassland. Another is near the countryside resettlement. Another is one district to another district they are resettled. So 3 types of resettlement. This is the way I was born, and my city, Yushu, a Tibetan called Jigundo, which earthquake happened in 2010. This is the one which resettled near the town. This is the one resettlement village, and another one is another resettlement place, because urbanization is imposed, so they need lots of population, so they resettled near the city. And for this, though I didn't got opportunity to go inside Tibet to do field research, but through Google Earth, because I know the area, so I went in 2004. You can see some village, some place. In 2007 more, and 2010 you got earthquake, so everything is destroyed. So the number I used to count from the Google Earth, house by house, how many houses are there, so I count one by one, so all these things. This is another one, which in 2005 you don't have anything, so 2007 this village is researched, so 2009 you will see 187 families researched, and 2010 earthquake happened, so everything is destroyed. So through my research, so my main research reference is foreign scholars and Chinese scholars and newspaper, Chinese newspaper, all these I refer all these things. So in Amdo or Qinghai province, all the numbers are different from one another. So Chinese people's daily newspaper, they are saying that Tibetan nomads are resettled till 2013. 716,000 nomads are resettled, and Xinhua is the same Chinese newspaper which saying that 737,000. So a little bit different, but almost same. But there's another research, Human Rights Watch, saying that 413,000 nomads are resettled in Qinghai province. In Sichuan province, Xinhua News saying that 480,000 nomads are resettled, but in one of the research of Mark Colonel is in his thesis is saying that 500,000 nomads are resettled in Qinghai province. And in the Tibetan Autonomous Region, I can't get separate for the nomads because they always put the nomad and farmer together. Their policy is not, they didn't say nomad resettlement, they are saying that relocate, rehousing or comfortable housing. They put a different name. So for that, together they are saying that in South China Morning Post, they are saying that 2012, 1.85 million are resettled, both nomad and farmer together. And Human Rights Watch is in 2013 says 2.1 million are resettled, and in 2014 technical consumer in this website, they are saying that 2.3 million people are resettled. So those are some example or pictures of where resettled. Some are some are okay because they have some work job available, but some place nothing is there. Only their resettled people are there. House is there. Nothing is, you can see like this village. You can see from the pictures there's nothing job opportunities or anything, because there are neither yaks, no job opportunities. Those resettled village incomes are like this. One of the Chinese research fellow, he told that government compensation, 46.30% of income are coming from government compensation, and seasonal immigration workers, like some job constructions on road construction, 29.40%, and during the summer we used to go for caterpillar fungus pickup. For that 13.8% incomes, and some others, dance or something, household things, they were 11%. But see, they only know all the resettlements are dependent only for the 6,000 or 8,000 Chinese compensation. They don't have job opportunity, they don't have trainings and all these things. Though resettlement is happening everywhere, from moving from nomad to cities, happening all over the world, but if you move slowly, it's okay. If you go suddenly, for example, if you go for example for the schools, if you go one grade to another, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, it's easy because it's moving smoothly. If you go first grade to suddenly 8th grade, then we face difficult to catch up. So that's the problem Tibetan nomads are facing, because from tradition, from history to prehistory, they are staying with the environment, yaks and all these things. Suddenly they come on to technologies and all these things, so they're difficult to catch up all these things. See, below 1,000 income per year, percentage is 77%. Between 1,000 Chinese yuan to 2,000 Chinese yuan, 70.10% income, and above 2,000 is 5.8% income only. If we compare between the traditional nomad and resettlement, more than 80% of people have activity every day for the nomad, grazing or household things and all these things. But for the resettlement village, more than 60% people don't have job every day. Just moving here and there, playing snookers, some are going out for thief or something, anything. And for the they have a large area for winter and summer, but for resettlement, all the pastoral areas is barren. They have a large number of animals, but number of restricted. Some areas completely give up, some places restrict to some numbers. And for the energy, they use yak and other animals down for and solar energy, but now they are using more than 60% of for coal and electricity. And for nutrition, 90% of people consume self-product. Traditional dietary habit, samba and butters, cheese and all these things. Now for 7% they need to go for market, and 20% they will get from the non-resettled family or relatives or all these things. In the nomad area, you don't have water available in a home, you have to go for river, but they are available in the resettled house. For the income, in pastoral area, you have 60% people, you will get income from pastoral activities, and 35 people coming from caterpillar pickup, and 5% agriculture, because some nomad have a semi-nomadic, both farmers and nomad. But for those who are resettled, they'll get government subsidy, wage employment and small business. And for mobility, nomad you can move very easily one place to another. For summer you have another camp, winter you have different camps and all these things. But for those resettled, you don't have such systematic mobility, because you have resettled in one concrete house. for nomad people knowledge, information, we have a traditional knowledge, how to preserve and practice and all these things. But for that you have lost the traditional knowledge, but you will gain lots of external life input, increase school access. For employment and unemployment, and 70% people are jobless, and seasonal employment is like this. For the money, stone carve on the stone. So tourists comes, they sell for the tourists and all things. Short-term construction for the road and all these things. Then they dance performance group. They collect dance groups and they go for show or something and earn something. And self-employment is category for this economic for one season. And trade for the yaks and sheep because they used to be yak and sheep. And trade for Tibetan mastiff dog. Some people place Tibetan dog businesses nowadays biggest income for the resettlement nomad. And some others are going back to the nomad area for help for the relatives and all these things, and drivers, traditional dress, and all these things. This is the way young children, they never hardly go for school, because if you go for school, you don't have income. So they dress in Tibetan traditional dress, go for the tourist place, then they take porter together with tourists and take money. This is the way they earn the income. Another thing is caterpillar fungus. They use go for one season, then they search caterpillars and then do these things. And another thing is they raise the dog and they make business with the mastiff dog. And another thing is leisure time. All either is young, elder or young, they used to be habit of snookers and all these things. And for the girls, they have to do sex walks and all these things. But I didn't say that 100% doing like this. Some people have lots of benefit also from the resettlement for schools, medicine, hospital, all these things. But majority are facing the problem. Now, what the effect for the resettlement? Once they are self-sufficient, nomads become a poverty. Before they don't have luxury, but they don't have problem for what we are going to eat tomorrow. But nowadays they have to think what we are going to eat tomorrow and all these things. Another thing is they have all unemployment. Some resettler village they named thief school because no job, so young going for thief and all these things. And some village says that old age homage, and now the serious threat for the Tibetan custom, culture and all these things, because if you stay in the nomad area, you know how to dress, you know what we are, my place, jewels, all how you put all these things. Once we research in the traditional city area, then slowly you don't know how to dress, your traditional dress, how to speak pure Tibetans and mix with other things. Then you slowly your identity or your spirit may go down. And another problem many people are facing, because they don't have jobs, so they drink lots of alcohol. Alcohol is very cheap, and they have lots of prostitutes, and people just run their society, and society have also got lots of problems. People become difficult to trust one another, like in nomad area, and like this. But I didn't say that it's resettlement Tibetan nomad is 100% forced. Some people are moving from nomad area to city themselves for their children, for education. Some are participating in this, but majorities are by force. They are imposing policy like this. For example, in Dharamsala, Mcleod, this year, Chinese government going to, for example, they are going to resettle 200 nomads to the noble Inca area. Then they will come. If you participate, you will get this and that, and this is the who will participate. The people may come, 100 come, maybe volunteer, then another 100 you will get by force. Okay, you have to move, you have to move, you have to move. So that way they are used to. Thank you.
Caution is there. Family resettlement in one of these villages. And then they think, oh, this life sucks, I want to go back to being a nomad. Some of them sometimes go back grazing, right? Or what stops them from doing that?
They can't go back for themselves, but they can go for those who are not resettled. They will go for help or for employment.
Why can't they go back? What stops them?
Because that Chinese already take up the grassland.
You mean they fence it up?
Yeah.
They fenced up their land?
Yeah, fence up and to take up all these things. Because once you are registered, you can't go back to grassland. Some areas like this. For example, in the Jigundo, it says 3 types of resettlement. One is permanent resettlement. One is you can't graze that grassland. You have to reduce the animals. Right. Another thing is your 10 years resettlement. Right. So this resettlement start in 2004 November. So now 2014 is 10 years. So I'm waiting for what will happen for those 10-year policies. So far didn't come up any news for those 10-year resettlement went back to the nomad place.
Because I have heard of some examples in Amdo of some nomads who had resettled, really didn't like it.
Yeah.
So they just went back and they used the houses that they had been given or partially bought as storehouses for the barley. They weren't living there. So I wondered how they could control. And I also saw in Amdo that most of the land was fenced off, so it must be very difficult to continue.
Because many grassland is fenced on all the things. Yeah. But it's a little bit different from one place to another. Right. The way of the concrete house they are got. Some place they have to give for expenses for 100%. You have to pay 15% expenses. You have to pay. Yeah. Some place 15%, some place free. Some houses are little bit characters of Tibetan, characters of windows. We have windows. But some places completely Chinese style. It's from place to another place.
Right, there's all sorts of policies. I'm sorry, I have another question. I was always interested why they made these settlement villages outside the towns and cities. Why not bring the resettled Tibetans into the town themselves so they can be part of, so they have really good access to the schools and hospitals and they can be part of the community? Why do they kind of block them off into these kind of strange kind of...
Yeah, because there are 3 different types. One is from one county to another county. One is near the grass problem.
So what was the reason for the resettlement in the first place?
Resettlement?
Like in the first place, like did they just come up with it randomly, or?
Yes, in the newspaper or announcement they say that for grassland protection and poverty elevation they say like this. But another researchers and all these things saying that it's because of politics and economics and all these things. So it's this says different things. But for example, for resettlement policy imposed for 10 years now. But still, those people who stay in the nomad life and our research life is worse than nomad life. Poverty is still worse, not improved.
Do you know if there's similar things happening with the nomadic peoples in like Mongolian areas and Xinjiang areas?
Yeah, because I'm just new to this researching, so I'm slowly doing. From first I have to know very well inside Tibet, then slowly go Mongol and some in the India, compare from one another. Yeah, so it's better for me to explain.
You're talking about like the 10-year policies, or like, is there anything like that they've talked about after those 10 years, like the 10 years are up, or?
Yeah, because they have different policies from place to place. Some grassland places we have to restart it permanently. Some places we have to restart 10 years. Yeah. So it's resettlement policies implemented in 2004, November 2004. So now 2014, already 10 years happening. So I'm just waiting what will happen for those policies, whether they can move back to or continue remain resettled. So I'm just, because I can't go there, so I'm waiting for news.
With those grasslands that they're not occupying, does the government now have use of them? Are they just being left empty, or are they using them for other
purposes? Some place there's a fence very widely, So some area just left and all permissions, all these things, because many nomad people don't know the real seals. So they said we have government permissions, they took mine all these things, mine all these things. Some are government support, some are duplicate seals and coming all these things. So all this mining, because Tibet people in areas with rich resources of all these things, because we are respect all the mountains and all this. This is some villages with mountains. If you do like this, this will happen. That's why all the minerals are remain contacted, still there. So that's one thing is because of construction of dam and mining and all these things. Because if there's nomad people are there, then definitely they will against you. So once they clean up, so you can do whatever you like easily.
So what are the laws that are still protecting Tibetan people? There's why the government could also say, okay, all of you, or can they do something like that? Or are there some laws or something that protect?
No, actually, they have lots of laws, but not using.
Okay.
They have good laws. If you go for constitution, they have lots of rights. You have minority laws, lots of laws, very beautiful laws. But if you not implementing them, yeah, that's the problem. Because see, in my place, 2010 we have a big earthquake in Chigundo. For that, many people lost, even nomad people lost so much, because many nomad people are resettled in the town area. So I heard from my countrymen or family or all this says, if we didn't resettle in policies in this area, at least we don't have a luxury life, but still my family is staying happily. Now I lost my lifestyle, I lost my family, I lost my house, everything is lost. So that's people. Some people are facing continued problems.
Do you have any more questions?
Oh, I have a question. You know, I wonder if everybody knows what that caterpillar fungus is. You mentioned that. How many? Raise your hand if you know what a caterpillar fungus is.
I should have put caterpillar fungus picture.
Do you have a picture of one?
Yeah.
Can you explain what it is?
We say that summer it's grass, winter is insect, something like this, but it's used for herb, for medicines and all these things. Very expensive, popular in Chinese area. Where one caterpillar, it's nowadays you can have to pay 45 Chinese yuan, something like this.
And yuan is 6 to the US dollar right now. Yeah. But the caterpillar fungus, it's really not an animal, is it? It's like a mushroom kind of thing. And it half grows out of the ground and half grows in the ground.
Yeah, half is in the ground.
And the Tibetans traditionally have gone out when? In the spring? I don't know. Now the Chinese have moved in.
Yeah.
And the Chinese are out there in the forest and the hillsides collecting the fungus. So they've been pushing the Tibetans even out of that way of earning a bit of a living.
What is the fungus used for?
For medicine.
Fire.
I don't know much about medicine, but it's very, people used to put in the water or drinks and all, some other used for medical purpose.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Wangtop for a wonderful presentation and giving us insight on the Chinese government resettlement policy and its effect on the Tibetan nomads. Taking this opportunity, I would like to add a few points that Chinese government has given this reason for the resettlement policy as a grassland protection and poverty alleviation. On the contrary, opposite is happening. After the resettlement policies, the Chinese government used those pasture land and mountain and hills for the mineral extraction. And those Tibetans who are resettled, they have no livelihood. As Wangtop have mentioned that 70% of them are unemployed, and this also leads to social degradation. And as you know that more than since February 2009, 133 Tibetans have self-immolated, and of them more than 20 belong to the nomadic family. Why they are self-immolating? Because their livelihood is destroyed. They have no means or meaning for their life under the present Chinese government's rule and their anti-Tibetan policies. So, in a nutshell, Tibetan nomads, like half of the Tibetan population, it's like 1.3 totals of Tibetan nomads and semi-nomads. They are facing hardship in the present Chinese government rule. So I would like to thank once again for Mr. Wangtop, and also thank you all for coming here and joining us and showing your support and solidarity with us. And if you want to know more about Tibet Museum, you can also log on our website tibetmuseum.org and follow us through our Facebook and Twitter. You can also view our past talk series through our website. We have recorded all the proceedings of the talk series and uploaded in our website, so you can go through and find out and do research and everything through our website. Thank you all, and please let me as a token of appreciation, I would like to thank Mr. Wangtop with Tibetan traditional kata.